Yar. EB where you find guides for the Mage Tower for Outlaw Rogue. Yar. Because Outlaw Rogue is pirate stuff because of Legion and their class stuff. Yar. Yeah. It's actually very hard to see with an eye patch on. Don't know how they do it, but it's also very itchy. Today we got an Outlaw Rogue Mage Tower guide. This one was a lot easier than the Boomy and the Bear one especially. Didn't really get any cheat gear. A little bit of cheat gear, but not too much. I didn't even have a level 60 character to do it on. I did it on like a level 56 character. So it really wasn't that bad at all. Yeah, you can totally feasibly do this on any character you want with any gear. I've never really played Rogue. I'm not a rogue expert, but I had a lot of fun learning the class. I think one thing that I'm learning from Mage Tower is that Mage Tower is a great way to learn the classes, and not like you won't learn your spec completely, like you won't learn your rotation perfectly, especially in terms of Shadowlands rotations, but you'll learn a good bit about your spec as you play it, which is very interesting, so you can understand like, oh, maybe I'll want to pick up this spec as an alt for 9.2 or something like that, because you had a good time in Mage Tower. And that's how I feel about the Rogue. So let's just get right into it. Here is Shuniki, the level 56 Outlaw Rogue in our Mage Tower gear. In terms of gear, I did end up getting the Ghost Iron Dragonling again. That is making a comeback. It's still a good trinket, does a lot of damn. Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat, good healing even post nerf. It is nice. One of the issues with Outlaw Rogue is that you don't have a lot of healing outside of your Crimson Vial, so having extra healing whenever you kill something is pretty nice. And then most of my gear, these are crafted rings, and then I went to like a Legion raid and I just farmed up some gear. This is an heirloom. These are just random leveling items, and then I do have the 2 crafted dreadful gears for sockets, but that's about it. And then there's the heirloom back too, and for the weapons I also have the Hellscream's cleavers, which have double sockets as well, which are heirlooms from Siege of Orgrimmar, which are pretty nice. Unfortunately, you can't get them anymore if you don't have them, but I was already going pretty close with just normal heirloom weapons, like the Dalren's Sacred Charge stuff, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think I made it too like the sockets made too big of a difference or not. I think it was more so just understanding the play styles made a big difference. In terms of consumables, I think what made a big change was Potion of Unbridled Fury, which is obviously a big one, and I do also think Embalmer's Oil was huge for healing. Like, look at that. It's at, combined with the bottom one, it's at over 30%, and that's just a Shadowlands oil that you can put on both of your weapons. So I have it on both of my weapons, and that just did so much healing. It did as much as the nerfed Endless Tincture trinket, and it did more than Crimson Vial and Leech, and it did a lot more than a spiritual healing potion that I popped in the dungeon. Other than that, I did Verse Food, I did just a normal Spectral Flask, and for poisons, I did Crippling Poison, and I did the damage poison, the instant poison? Is that what it's called? Yeah. For talents, we did Quick Draw, we did Acrobatic Strikes, we did Mark for Death, which I'll go over in the run. You are going to want to be spamming Mark for Death. Iron Stomach is really good. I think it's better than Cheat Death because you can really just spam Crimson Vial, and that'll save you a lot more than just one Cheat Death that you'll get. Dirty Tricks is invaluable because there's 2 ads that are going to be spawning, and they're going to be healing Agatha, and you're just going to be wanting to cheap shot and gouge just every time that they pop up. Alacrity, just standard talent, and Blade Rush, also very good talent. And yeah, that's what I ran to do it. Yeah, let's just get into the run. I live streamed it, so we'll watch it from that perspective. We go in, and then we put on our instant poison, and we already have crippling on. And then we sit down and we eat our food. I'm just eating steak a la mode, which is like 7 gold on my realm. You want to roll the bones right before the phase starts, so that you can hopefully get a good roll. And then what I'm actually going to do is pre-pot and then just go off here. You pop Blade Flurry and then just get your slice up and kill these ads. Keep between the eyes up on her as much as possible. I could have done a better job at that. But yeah, just trying to DPS her down. These ads come out, and then now I'm gonna insta cheap shot and gouge so that they don't get the heal off. Put Blade Flurry back up, and they just die. So now we're fighting her. I need to roll bones again. I get combo points, which is pretty cool, so everything's just gonna give me more combo points. gonna keep doing our single target. We already have her to 75%, which is pretty crazy. That's a lot of damage. Now she has her Dark Fury circle, and you need to DPS burn this down and interrupt her, otherwise you'll just die to her cast. So we DPS it down and interrupt her. This Plague Zone you want to kill ASAP, otherwise it'll put Plague under your feet and you'll just die to the Plague. It's really bad. More heal, kick, or stun again. Blade Flurry's up, and you see Mark for Death, kill, Mark for Death, and use combo points, kill, and that's really good. So you see I'm just Mark for Deathing and killing stuff, and that's what you really want to do with the ads. You want to spend your combo points and then Mark for Death finisher, Mark for Death finisher, Mark for Death finisher as often as you can to just delete the ad groups. So I'm just Blade Flurrying this one mob, which should be completely fine. I even Mark for Death kill it just to completely kill it off, and they'll be completely fine doing that. Kick Agatha when her shield comes back up. We're just waiting for these other ads to come in. I got my Blade Flurry up. We're gonna do Cheap Shot, Gouge, get the shot in on that mob. Blade Flurry is still active. Mark, attack. We're gonna get Mark back, attack, and then just killing the imps so that she doesn't stay immune. And then on this mob, oh, we don't kill it in time and the Plague goes off, which is not the worst thing in the world. Just annoying because it lasts for the entire fight. Get our Slice back. You really want to be on top of keeping your Slice in between the eyes up all the time, which I'm not the greatest at doing. And you see I'm popping Crimson Vial pretty much on cooldown. And you can even Blade Rush single target, which I am not the greatest at doing either. Like, I make a lot of mistakes in this run. I could have played better, but I still do the same, just stopping the heals and doing all that main important stuff. Mark for Deathing the ads. And now I should be getting my Slice back up really soon, but I also want to phase Agatha because she phases at 50. And phasing her when there's no ads out is pretty safe. So get the Slice back up. Now the ads spawn, and ooh, you actually get stunned by those rocks that spawn, and you don't want to do that. So that happens, and I instantly heal pot. When that happens, you basically want to heal pot. So just trying to kill her, just DPSing her down while keeping Blade Flurry up whenever an ad spawns. These ads, the healing ads spawn, I kick again, we'll stun. And then she also has her cast on, but I'm trying to kick the interrupt first, or the heals first, and then go to her because I'm so high on HP. So I can live her casts a little bit. We do another Roll the Bones. We get a pretty good proc this time, so we have some good damage coming up. Just gotta keep everything going. Run to the other side. She likes to phase. Give her a big slash in the face. These ads are always tough. Pop Blade Flurry. Whoa! Dodge stuff. Gouge. Cheap shot. Gouge. Cheap shot. Popped Crimson Vial. I'm really scared here. I even pop Cloak, as you see, and that makes you take no damage from the imps. And I'm just trying to live here. I even run through a Plague, which is really bad. There shouldn't have even been a Plague at the start to begin with. So now Dark Fury comes out. Just gotta burn through that shield ASAP. Gotta get that Roll the Bones back. Kick as soon as possible. I'm gonna try to get these guys sooner than later, just to see how that'll help me with the phase in case imps spawn again. So I kill those pretty fast, and I'm doing better at Mark for Death killing them on this later half of the pull than at the start. So here's the imps. That one got the Plague off again, which is really bad. I'm trying to get that imp so that Agatha gets out of her immunity. Got Blade Flurry still up, still attacking. We're alive, just barely. Feels very hectic right now, but just keep dodging and killing imps and you'll be okay.
If you run into imps as she phases, you definitely want to kill them unless she's in her Dark Fury window. Then you definitely want to go kill her as soon as possible, because otherwise you'll just die to her Dark Fury. So we got our cooldowns up right here, and this is great. We're just gonna burn through all of this, and I'm still saving Lust. You'll notice I haven't lusted yet, and we're just saving it for a really scary overlap where there's healing imps and the damage imps. 25% HP is still a lot, and I'm not too afraid just yet. So I'm using Blade Flurry to just try to do damage to the imps that are around her. I'm gonna kill this imp before running, because otherwise it'll just stand in the back and kill me. Kill these as I run over. I notice she's not casting Dark Fury at me, so we're safe. Run up to her, and I drums and lusted, and I had my second pot, so we're golden. We actually popped it on right before she phased, which was slightly unfortunate, but it's okay because it lasts through here as well. And this is just a burn boss angle. I'm not even blade furying, and that's a mistake. Blade rushing. Don't even know the word. I'm such a bad rogue. Let's fucking go, baby! Die, mother! Yar. So that was the run. We can look at the damage breakdown. You'll notice that I started doing a lot more dispatches, and that ended up being my top damage along with melees, and keeping Blade Flurry up was important. Potion of Unbridled Fury was huge, and even that trinket didn't do a whole ton, but it did a little bit of damage, and that was nice. But with the healing, we'll just go over that quickly again. Endless Tincture of Renewed Combat was just huge, along with Embalmer's Oil. I think those two just made it really free and forgiving, and they're pretty cheap right now if you want to buy them, especially Embalmer's Oil. That's just a Shadowlands thing. That's not anything fancy. That's not cheat gear. You just do that instead of Shadow Core Oil or Sharpening Stones. Thank you all for watching. I can't wait to take off this eye patch and everything. It's itchy as heck. Be sure to join the Discord, links in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Follow on Twitch, where I'm streaming the Mage Tower stuff, getting it all done. Got more guides coming out. Let me know what Mage Tower things you want to see and all that kind of stuff. What new content you want to see. I'm trying to pump it out as much as I can before the end of the year, and yeah, thank you all.